Hello, good morning. This is Ken Smith. Maybe good afternoon there. And just wanted to post a video. I'm not able to attend the City Council meeting tonight because I'm in Japan at a conference on government performance management. And I'm meeting tomorrow with leaders in the Japanese government accounting uh, field to talk about government accounting. So I thought I'd give a little bit description of how I would respond to tonight's council meeting, just so you know what council actually does and how I would provide some value for that. So the first item I would say is there's many things on the consent agenda, and I'm not a big fan of having financial items on the consent agenda. One of the main roles for a city council is to understand and make the decisions about the financial and the contracts, and many of them I think have things that should be discussed, and so I would definitely have those discussed rather than the consent agenda. Sorry about that. So I was just going to pull up the agenda here. So the first item on the consent agenda was adopting the minutes for September 16th. Great idea. The minutes are somewhat opaque, not completely clear, and the audio for the September 16th meeting is not yet posted online. So I have two things that I would propose. Number one, that for any kind of action item, and I've talked about this with some other candidates, there should be a first and a second reading. I think that's just kind of the right way to do city business. So that would be my proposal. And then number two, I think we should take video of the city council meetings. That room was designed to be able to have video. It doesn't have that. And I agree with some other people who have recommended that be the case. Consent agenda item B has some checks that were to be approved. And I would just ask some questions about check 28,438 is $184 for storage of number C304. And I just asked the question, why is the city storing something in unit C304? Just to get clarification. Check 28,444 is for $476.27 for UPS copy and printing. And so I would assume that the city has most of its copy and printing facilities on site. So I just say, why is that? There's almost $500 for a month of going to the UPS store. Check number 28477 is incubator rent of $2,856. I also know that the incubator, they pay for a consultant, usually $3,000 a month. The amount of money spent on the incubator is pretty substantial, and I'm not sure that they're getting value for that in equivalent what they're spending, and I'd want to see, at least until there's real evidence about what's getting out of that, maybe just a real quick report, monthly report from the consultant on their activities and how that's creating value for the citizens. On consent agenda item C, check number 28,548 is for the janitor, the incubator janitor, $495. I think that's a monthly amount. Again, seems like a lot of money. And when you have a janitor, they also pay for a photocopy machine. I'd ask the question, why are we doing this in a different facility when I think there's space in City Hall for this? And there's arguments you can go back and forth, but if you're really trying to be financially prudent, not sure why you wouldn't do that in City Hall. I'm going to stop here and then add a second video.